This is another archival upload of my previous mix critique videos. Again, I apologize for the vertical format that this video is about to switch to. This is 61 through 65. This track was sent in by Joel. Pretty solid so far. There's a lot of low end information. It's making things a little muddy. You could probably clean that up. It sounds like you got a lot of different instruments down there that have a lot of low end stuff. So you just got to kind of pick certain frequencies of each one to get rid of, just to make sure that we can actually hear everything in that frequency range. But other than that, tones are good so far. I like the vibe of it. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, so the bass guitar especially is very muddy, and especially when it goes into the chorus, it picked up energy with the bass guitar, but kind of in the wrong way. It's just adding more mud. I would really want a little more like upper mid bite out of the bass during the chorus. There's also a lot of reverb on a lot of stuff that's definitely contributing to the mud, so I would maybe dial that back a little bit. All right, so Joel, that was actually a pretty solid mix. It's a really good sounding track. The tones sound great. The only issue I really had was that it was a little muddy, and all the time effects are definitely contributing to that. So I would maybe dial the time effects back just a little bit and try to clean up some of that mud, but otherwise it sounds great. This track was sent in by DJ. All right, not terrible so far. Big things I'm noticing is I'm not getting nearly enough low end out of the kick. Like, you have a great high end attack for the kick. That's awesome, but it definitely needs some more of that sub end of the kick drum. And also the vocals are very, very muddy. Like, they're not clear at all. That's definitely a problem. The bass is also contributing to the mud problem. That could definitely be cleaned up there. And honestly, just everything overall is kind of muddy. I could definitely use some more high-end attack out of the guitars. All right, so DJ, from a songwriting perspective, it was an okay song. It was a little predictable, but it wasn't bad. The mix could use some work. The source tones sound like they're probably there. Just the biggest thing is everything overall is kind of muddy in the track. You definitely got to clean up those low mids and maybe a little more high-end bite out of the guitar and the vocals. So it needs some work, but it's definitely fixable. This track was sent in by Patrick. I liked the first couple seconds, but when everything really kicks in, the drums are getting completely drowned out by the bass, guitar, and the vocals. And the vocals, I'm sorry, the vocals are not good, man. Like, they sound very pitchy. They have this weird resonance in them. They're not coming across in a good way. In the chorus, the vocals actually sound a lot better. I think it's because the singer's just singing with a little more energy. It's getting rid of that lower resonance. So if you could find a way to get that feel with the verse vocals, that would be awesome. I also like the overall energy, but the drums definitely need to cut through a lot more, and they need to be a lot punchier. They're really getting completely lost in the mix. I can barely hear the kick and the snare over everything else at all. Also, this really poppy chorus is begging for some harmonies. Definitely try to throw some harmonies in there if you can. There's the harmonies in the second chorus. Those should be in the first chorus. They sound great. Your bassist also needs to play the right fucking notes. All right, so I was kind of getting into it by the end. The mix needs some work. The guitars could be compressed a little more. The bass could be a little more clear. The drums especially were not nearly punchy enough. The drums are really going to be the energy in a track like this. This track was sent in by Joshua. So far, it's not bad, but it's very, very quiet. The overall level in this track needs to be brought up a lot. Yeah, those drums are super weak. The guitars feel really overpowering compared to everything else. If I had to sum this up in a couple words, you need more compression. Those drums sound like they can hit so much harder than they do. Like, literally, if you just compress the living shit out of those drums, this track will be instantly so much better. It will have so much more energy. Okay, if you're gonna have vocals in the track at all, they need to come in way sooner. We're like over halfway through the song already and the vocals are just coming in. That's weird. I was fully expecting it to be purely instrumental. I was not expecting vocals to come in at all, given how much time has already gone past and how long the song actually is. I hate to be the one to break this to you, and odds are it's not just you guys that needs to hear it, it's probably everyone watching this video right now. Only other musicians give a single fuck about any of the instruments. Most people only care about the vocals. You should have vocals in as much of your song as possible. That's what people want. They want words that they can connect to. They want a melody that they can connect to. More vocals. This song was sent in by Holden. Starting off with a really nasty guitar tone, Don't Let Me Down. You let me down. Those guitars sounded so good in the intro, and then they just turned into a fuzzy mess. Did you just crank the fuzz to 10? Good God.
I never knew what love could be so real. I never knew.
Rock Lobster?
Make it easy for me.
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not finishing this fucking song. That guitar tone hurts. That is the worst guitar tone I have ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. I know that might be a little harsh, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Come on. You can do better than that. Everyone can do better than that. I know you can do better than that. Don't send me that shit.